Hey Cancer. Alright, I may have to pause to charge my phone. It's been kind of overheating as I upload these other videos, so the battery time is pretty limited right now. It's unpredictable, that's what it is. Yeah, I may have to either do a two-parter, or I may be able to pause it and plug my phone in. The only thing is if I plug it in, then I have to change the camera angle around. It'll be all backwards. So, there's a little heads up. But that's okay. You could be having issues with technology. Technology is also associated with wands. All right, we have the Six of Wands at the bottom here, and so it could be a bit of a just issue with technology. Things not working the way that they should be. So this is a divine union reading, right? This is about divine path. This is not about past energy. This is not about lower vibration. If any of that stuff comes in, I'm gonna knock it out. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So let's see. We'll draw from here first and see what's in your kind of moon energy, what is past or present, but the unseen sort of energy. All right, we got 5 right there. Yeah, the Three of Swords was kind of popping up. It was surfacing in the other deck, and now it's out in this one. So we have the King of Cups, the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. All right. See, these are seemingly open kind of cards here, right? The energy of these arcana sound very. The Emperor sounds very clear. You know, you're not dealing with like a page or anything like that. But the Emperor has a tendency to kind of, see, he's looking away from the whole reading. I also have the brightness turned all the way down, so I hope that you can see it. Clear my ears. Got some pressure, some congestion, almost like like you may need to go airplane mode. You might have a lot of conflicting information coming in from your social media, from technology, looking at your blue light a lot, or when you're looking at your phone a lot. It puts you in a fear-based posture physically, and it also, there's not enough natural light that you're getting in your eyes. There's something about, you start to see spots, and you get kind of a blurry aura going on. So, but this Emperor here, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but the Emperor is typically Aries, but right here he has this little devil, this little squeaky devil. Looks like a dog toy or something. Like you would chop really, really high pitch like that. And he's underneath this staff, but he's not looking at it. So there's some kind of lurky, creepy energy that you're not looking at, or that this Emperor is not looking at. So if you identify as the Emperor, there's something, you might be looking at your world and it seems pretty good on the surface, but if you really look down deep, right, and at the top of this staff is a moon. So there's kind of like, and that's your energy, right? That's your energy. You need to tap into the power, like your wizard staff, your magic, and that's very wand energy. So there's Cancer is a cardinal sign. Well, cardinal modality is fire, right? It's the go-getter, it's the starter, the initiator. And sometimes the emperor doesn't initiate, right? Even for being very well balanced and very in his masculine energy, sometimes the emperor can be not withholding, but that is the word that's coming up. So maybe you're dealing with somebody who's withholding, or maybe you're withholding. You could be doing online dating or interacting with somebody online. If you're not already with that, that might be how you kind of start up this divine partnership. And so this is kind of like a cautionary tale here of just being clear. Something is very foggy and blurry. So maybe needing to let's keep going. But there's on this Emperor card, see the floor is that black and white tile. It's so retro. And then at the bottom of the Ten of Pentacles, another one that seems like this is everything. This is what you want, right? But there's something that's making this putting this in your moon energy. And something is off with communication. So it could be online communication. There could be a miscommunication. Yeah, the Emperor is such a boss that he usually is kind of like, I don't need to pursue anybody. I don't need to go for anything else. I've got everything that I need. There's a bit of a stubborn energy there. But at this checkerboard here, chessboard, but it's that checkered flooring. Underneath that floor, there's this person. It's like a golem creature. And it's holding onto a little like devil statue toy or like a demonic gargoyle. And so it's like this Emperor and Empress energy. The Ten of Pentacles is like the Emperor and Empress energy. And they've built up this empire, but it's built on top of something shadowy, lower vibration, demonic, some type of energy that's maybe still lurking. Could be a past partnership for one of you guys. Maybe one of you guys have a just like a creeper, a stalker. Clear the fear. It's gonna be fine. You guys are divinely protected, but just so saging is really important, and that's also kind of like that foggy thing that I've got right now. I've got like a 2015 vision, so right now the fact that I have this foggy vision is unusual, right? So saging is really important. Creating or repeating a mantra of protection over your body, over your practices, right? Over your doors, your windows in your home, your vehicle, some kind, there's a need for some kind of spell work, right? And spell work for protection is white magic, right? Spell work for destruction is like destruction of anybody else's stuff. Anytime you try to influence, that's the dark arts. So yeah, you may have somebody that's trying to like put some, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby, right? There's like some kind of maybe Piscean, that's kind of the another moon energy, and I believe Will Ferrell is a Pisces, and he's in that what is that? Wrote the racing one. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Is that what that's from? Anyway. So yeah, there's some kind of just protective spell work that you may need to do. Because the closer that you get to God, the closer the devil gets to you, right? However you view that. That could be just haters in your DMs. That could be people just disliking your posts. That could be family members. That can be old lovers. That can be anybody who just wishes something against you, right? They just don't wish you well. And so they're just creeping, right? Man, 11 minutes in. That's too much time to spend on some creeper. So sage your space, do your spell work, right? And yeah, just cleanse everything. Literally clean your house, right? Clean your laundry. Make sure that you're washing your hair. That's very Piscean energy as well. That like feminine aspect of making sure that you cleanse yourself from any kind of energy. So when you come home, make a pocket of peace from the world that you're in. Because the more divine work that you do, the deeper that you get into this journey, the deeper that you excavate, right? The lower that you go, there's like some kind of, something in your crawl space, right? That's like that's where like pests become parasites, right? Where it goes from like, some kind of foundational issues, right? You may need to have like a home inspection or re-up your home inspections. You could be buying or selling a home as well, which is, I just heard some thumping. Clear the fear. Okay, so the King of Cups is this could be you. I am getting more Piscean energy here. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. You may need to look at something from a different perspective. Hangman energy. Maybe to clear your third eye. So again, that's been kind of a common theme is needing to really tap into the third eye, because so much of what we take in through our two eyes is just it's blocking our third eye, right? So make sure that you're filtering your like AC units. You're dusting. You're making sure that your space is clear. Like cleanliness is next to godliness, right? There's a reason for that, because sickness, creepy crawlies, parasites, vectors, vampiric energy, all of that kind of stuff only lurks in the shadows, right? You only find pests and parasites. You don't find them out in the sunlight in a clean space, right? That's the number one thing, that if you got, ants, which I love ants, but if you have critters in your kitchen, the first thing to do is like clean your kitchen. That's the number one thing to do before you repel. It's like stop putting things that attract that energy in. So you might have some kind of you might be doing something on social media that's attracting that energy in. And if you want something divine in your life, then clear that house, right? Clean your house, clean all your spaces, purge, declutter, drop some stuff off at Goodwill, whatever, but get stuff out of your house and do maybe a digital cleansing. That would maybe help. Because the memory, there's like maybe memories, it's still energy, and it's still allowing past energy to come in, and it's still maybe attracting new energy that's basically the same thing. Because that energy sees, if you're wanting a divine partnership and you're posting like low vibrational photos of your body, or if you're out there just like putting hate out there, then just get off social media. Maybe doing just like going airplane mode and doing like a social media cleanse, fast from it for a while, and just take a break from all of that, because clean up your memory, clean up your photos. If you have photos of exes or past connections, they want to stick around. They don't want me to tell you that. Get them out of there, okay? Because Three of Swords, because that's going to keep you in this lower vibration. That's going to keep you in that victim mentality. If, when you get those notifications on your phone that say, oh, memories from Facebook or whatever. I deleted my Facebook mainly for this reason, but I just didn't really use it that much. But you get memories, and then you just have, even if they're not on your phone, they're still popping up in your memories. And it could be in your memory, it could be in your digital memory, however that relates to you, but there's some kind of like, it's still coming back around. So cut that shit out, right? Take these swords out of your heart and use them to samurai, katana, Kill Bill that shit, okay? All right, and then the Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is creating a whole new path. So maybe creating a whole new account. Maybe deleting old accounts, creating a new account, starting fresh, and being more selective about who you follow and who follows you, right? Maybe doing a private account versus a public account. Because then, you get all those, like, all the weird spam. You get the creepy old guys. They all come in, right? And if you're watching, you know who you are. Okay? There's something about cutting that out. And there was Kill Bill, and then Sling Blade, the movie, Kaiser Blade, Billy Bob Thornton. All right, so something with Bill. What is his sign? I want to say he's, I don't know, maybe Leo or Virgo. I don't know. He's got game, though. But yeah, there's something about just, not today. Not today, Satan. Return to sender, right? Yeah, like clearing up subscriptions. There's something for a digital cleanse. Because the thing about cancers, I'm a Cancer moon. The thing about cancers is we are loyal to a fault sometimes. So you might be following people, supporting people who don't have your back. They're not supporting you. I already shuffled these, didn't I? Oh well, we're going for 6. We got the elements, and now we're going for 6. Because we're wanting love anyway, so so that's more life path stuff, right? But your life path is your divine path, and when you're on your divine path, that's how you attract your divine counterpart. 4 of Swords. Yeah. Meditative. Get that energy out. That's way too many. Okay, yeah, we're gonna put, these are, okay. All right, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Too much going on here, Cancer. I think Tom Cruise is a Cancer as well, and every time I see a lot of swords like this, I think of The Last Samurai, where they're teaching him to fight, and he keeps kind of fumbling because he's just in that cardinal energy. He's heavy in that cardinal energy. He's going, and he's really just, he's vengeful, and he's, and they tell him, too many mind. You need to clear your mind. It needs to be more of a dance, more of a fluidity, right? And so that's going from your cardinal energy into the true nature of your sign, which is water, right? So you may be in a very feminine energy, but you're doing it in a masculine way, right? And sometimes we have to do that, right? If you've been single for a while, you know, INDEPENDENT. You could just be in too much of an independent, so maybe you had to shift into a more masculine energy, and you've been doing that for a while. So this is kind of, this King of Cups is looking at the Emperor, and the Emperor is looking away like, can you give me some water, please? Right? It's like actors, when they're drinking out of coffee cups or whatever, you know that there's nothing in those fucking coffee cups. And the way that they tilt them, it's like that coffee would be everywhere. Because you know, if you make a cup of coffee and you just, you know, look at it wrong, it tips over and spills all over your white shirt and everything. But here, this is a King of Cups. His cup should be flowing, right? And the Queen of Cups in this deck, her cup is like dripping. Her cup runneth over. In this one, it almost looks like he's an actor. Like, it's like playing pretend, faking it till you make it, kind of feel like I got it all together, right? So yeah, maybe you're posting things that are inauthentic. Maybe there's a need to be more in your water feminine energy and being more authentic to yourself. The Emperor is looking away though. This Emperor is like, I'm usually so excited to get the Emperor. But yeah, this Emperor is kind of like, like he's still using this devil energy is still there. There's still a lower vibrational energy in his energy. Right? It's like he's squashing a bug, but he's not, but he's leaving the bug there on the ground or something. He needs to sweep that bug out or vacuum it up. But yeah, that's putting, underneath the Emperor is the Five of Pentacles. So there's this lack mentality, right? And this is what you want. So I think that you might not realize, also if you're the feminine and you're in a masculine energy, the Emperor might not be looking at you because you're posting too much masculine energy, right? But what you really want is to be more feminine. You really want to be in that aspect where you're attracting your divine counterpart. Now this doesn't mean like pretend to be somebody else, right? The masculine aspect, especially if you're the feminine, being a King of Cups is almost like that's the faking it. That's the playing pretend. I keep getting this like congestion. Yeah, clean your water filters, drink water. I'm gonna drink some water here real quick. We're looking at the Five of Pentacles. Because we have the Ten of Pentacles in what you don't see, and then in what is seen, right? It's the Five of Pentacles. So that's again, you're looking at things and going, oh my gosh, like maybe you're over consuming visually, technology, things that you're looking at, and then you're also maybe consuming too much food, right? I'm a Taurus and a Cancer moon. We like our food, right? So, you know, there could be like an overconsumption of that. Too much coffee, right? Like the actors with that coffee. Maybe you're drinking too much coffee. You're drinking things that are dehydrating you. You're not hydrated. You're not in your element because you're not filling up your own cup. And that's very common for Cancers. There's a lot of filling the cups of others. Even when you have an empty ass fake, you know, Starbucks coffee cup, you are still like filling other people's cups. And those people are just not, they're not reciprocating. They're not putting anything back into your cup, right? So you have to keep playing pretend. And I think that facade is really got you in this Five of Pentacles. Because what you really have, what you have to offer is this. And what you're attracting is Ten of Pentacles. But it's like what you see is the opposite. You see yourself as being less than, or like, because you're not getting that reciprocation. It feels like I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, so maybe I'll get more, right? Maybe I'll buy more, maybe I'll spend more, maybe I'll eat more, maybe I'll do more, maybe I'll go. And there's a need to just kind of, too many mind, you're it's like you're trying to constantly, this is bringing you so much anxiety and so much, it's blocking you. And the Four of Swords was kind of popping out, which is the only and best advice for this many swords. Because this is anxiety, this is fear, this is desperation, this is lack of sleep, right? Like just waking up constantly, maybe you have really broken sleep, right? And you're the moon, right? You're water. Sleep is your domain, and that is also Pisces. That's where you guys really just, you exist there, man. Like that's where you're from. You are of the dream world, and so it's like you can't really see your dreams because you're looking too much at the superficial. You're probably inundated with other people who look better or have more or like successful. But I think you need to just get off of right after this video, right after these messages, go in airplane mode and just, if you have water source nearby, go there, dive in, take a long bath, take a shower, get yourself immersed back in your element. You know, pamper yourself a little bit or a lot of it, right? But do it with what you already have. So, yeah, like it's really, instead of maybe feeling like you have to go out and pay other people, and if you have the money and you want to go pay other people to do it, fine. That's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing as fulfilling as the ability to just do it for yourself, right? Because even in the contractual aspect of paying somebody professional to give you a pedicure or give you a massage, you could give yourself a pedicure. And something about giving yourself a foot rub, using lotions, oils, whatever, putting socks on your feet, going to sleep, you know, use things like lavender, drink some chamomile tea, like really nurture yourself at night for sure. I'm doing this reading at night as well, so that's you. That's when you really shine your brightest, is at night. So that's when you really need to nurture yourself. And then when you wake up in the morning, you can get in that cardinal aspect and you can keep that balance of being really productive for yourself and for the betterment of your world. And then that way you'll be really tired by the time you get home. And then you can be in your feminine aspect. But it's like you're in this masculine aspect. Air is also masculine energy. So you're in this air energy at night when you really need to be in your yin energy. And then I think it's making you, so maybe you have to drink coffee. Maybe you wake up and you're just like fucking exhausted. You're drained because you haven't been sleeping well. You're flipped. See, everything feels flipped here. Like all these, you know, abundance, emperor, king of cups, like making new pathways. Aside from the Three of Swords, you know, the darker aspects, the shadow aspects, or the things that are more cautionary tales, they all look like they should be in this like ta-da energy. And then in the ta-da energy, you've got swords, Five of Pentacles. It's all flipped, right? The sun and the moon are flipped here. It's like the black old sun. Won't you come and wash away the rain? Oh, if you could stand in the rain, I mean, you can stand in the rain. Anybody can stand in the rain. But if you have the ability to go into a space where you can stand barefoot and let the rain come down on you and really just let it kind of wash over your face, your eyes. Yeah, you could be wearing a lot of makeup. I feel like I'm tapping into a more feminine energy here that's in a masculine energy. And not to say that wearing makeup is masculine, although it's really not gender specific. Ask any rocker, like, they really wear that eyeliner. But yeah, it kind of feels like there's just too much synthesis. There's not enough photosynthesis. There's too much synthetic and not enough synthesis in the eye space, right? There's something about the way that you view your world, and I think it's because you're waking up, you're drowsy, you're foggy. Maybe it's foggy or cloudy where you are right now, and so you're really longing for the sun, and that's where the moon gets their light, is from the sun. So it's like messing with your mood, it's changing your hormones, and it's just kind of bumming you out. But we also have just right there, the Nine of Pentacles. This is how you get to the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe you're moving out of this energy. This could be, it feels very recent or very present, right? So you could just be figuring this out and going, okay, I get it. Like, this might just be a confirmation for you, like that you're on the right path, right? Because it's going to feel harder and harder until everything clicks into place. You meet up with your divine counterpart. You guys create the whole world together. And then, like, all of this nonsense that you've been going through, all of this trials and tribulations and the back and the forth, and trying to figure out your own masculine and feminine balance internally, which is can be very difficult for someone who's single, right? Because that, as a single woman, you have to take on male, things that a masculine counterpart would be doing, right? And this is the traditionalist in me speaking, but masculine and feminine, however you associate those with your romantic world. But there needs to be a divine balance of masculine and feminine in the individual, and then they bring that into the relationship, into the couple, into the connection. And that's the same ingredients, masculine and feminine, yin yang, but it's a different recipe for everybody. Each individual person has their own ratio or whatever, so balance is not necessarily 50-50 for everybody, right? A single woman, right, a single heterosexual woman might have to be like a 60 in her masculine energy, because she's got to, fix the plumbing, and she's got to work her job, like she has to be. And that's not saying that only men should work and women should stay at home. That's masculine energy. Working is masculine energy. Go is masculine energy. Action is masculine energy. Feminine energy is stay. It's reflective. It's nurturing. It's more internal, and masculine is more external, right? And everybody has this balance. They need this balance to survive. But if you're talking about a divine union, you have to have your own ratio. But then you also, if you're a woman and you're in a masculine energy, you're going to attract men in their feminine energy, right? And if they're, all right, about 15%, it goes quick after this, so we'll see. We only have 5 more minutes about, but you're going to attract counterparts that are too much in their opposing energy as well, right? And then what that does is, when a man is too much in his feminine energy, then it turns, they're not in a divine balance, right? So they are going to be, instead of being receptive, right? Because feminine, the Empress, she receives, while the Emperor provides and gives, right? But when the divine balance of the individual is off, then it turns into taking, right? And codependency, right? So it's that runner chaser, it's that toxic trauma bondy type nonsense, right? Where you're just, maybe if I give a little bit more, maybe if I pour a little more, then I'll get it, you know, I'll get what I've been looking for. That was an unintentional rhyme, but rhymes are always welcome. All right, Two of Wands, this is moving forward. So your Eight of Wands, this is under there. All right, to clarify that, you're choosing a new path. Whatever you've been doing in work, in relationships, in your home life, spiritually, all of these things are now, you've had this epiphany where it's like, this isn't working. All this past energy is not working. You're probably in a Nine of Wands energy, like very, very, maybe anger or aggression, right? Maybe feeling spiteful, crabby, right? If you're not sleeping well and you're not getting your needs met and you're working your ass off, yeah, you can get a little bit bitter after a while. So you might be realizing that's not actually me. My nature is to be, you know, Sebastian singing Under the Sea and shit. Not, you know, like going after people because they have what I don't have. And that's not you, and you're realizing that. So there's this is that wand energy, right? This is that sort of, the two here, you're balancing out your cardinal energy, you're balancing out that forward fire energy, right? Because if you think about, I mean, you're a crab, you don't want to be in boiling water, you don't want too much fire in your water, because that's not ever good for crustaceans, right? Right? Don't eat the homies. So this is balancing it, right? And this is still, you're kind of keeping this past life stuff as a reminder, with that little bracket on the wall there, but you're not looking at it, right? So this could be, again, with like the pictures, maybe awards, right? Like things mounted on the wall, visual memorabilia of a past life. It just doesn't speak to you for whatever reason. This does feel a little bit more like you're in a career transition, which is going to career and love are intertwined when you're on a divine path. So if you're sorting that out, you're just that much closer to attracting your divine counterpart. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles under the Three of Swords. So this is you nurturing yourself. This is you, growing your garden and nourishing yourself. Look how like fancy she is. She's got the grapes all around her. That's kind of more Empress energy. This is pre-Empress energy, right? And this is Earth energy, right? So again, maybe you you can walk barefoot. Always walk barefoot. Shoes are a scam. But this is 5 and 9, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe you've been very protective, like that guarded energy, of just not feeling like you have enough and not wanting to give anymore. Okay, so if all of this is past, and you're like, I'm done with all that, I figured all that out, I don't feel like I'm struggling with that anymore, but you are, like you're not giving to other people, you've cut people out, you've done this purge, this cleanse, you've kind of reset yourself, you've been getting more into your feminine energy, you've been really nurturing yourself, filling your cup, you might feel, you've changed jobs, you're doing something that you love, or you just know that you don't want to do what you were doing. Maybe you've quit your job, maybe you're just kind of in limbo, right? There might be a little bit of nervousness, right, about starting new, and is it going to be a repeat cycle? It's not. Like, the fact that you're questioning that is the answer's in the question. The fact that you're saying, is the next person going to be like the last person? Then that means you're aware that there was a cycle that you broke. Once you're aware of it, that's just power. Queen of Pentacles, there's that Four of Pentacles right there. Dagnabbit. Yeah, you were kind of like, I'm not really sure. So this is being more selective about what brings you stability, right? What work you want to do, what people you want to have around you, what friends, how you want to spend your money physically, how you want to spend your energy as well. Like, this is your time. You don't need to be loyal to people who are vampiric and just take. That's not, that doesn't make you a good person, right? That just makes you a crabby person. That's just going to affect your energy long term. All right, Ace of Cups underneath there, and the King of Cups, again, as a confirmation. So now the King of Cups is in this illuminated space where it's like, waiting on that feminine. Now, if you're the masculine Cancer, then this is what your feminine counterpart has been going through. They have been independent for a while. They've been really, whatever their sign is, they could just be a lot of pentacle energy, a little bit of wands. Yeah, you could be, maybe they are a Capricorn, maybe they are a, and that is your polarity. Capricorn is. So yeah, maybe you're dealing with that, but, and then this is you, and you're like, maybe growing a little bit impatient. You're like, I'm here, I've got my cup ready, like, come fill my cup, because I'm the King of Cups, and I will make sure that I can make more water, because I'm like fucking Dumbledore. No, actually Harry does that, right? What is Harry? I think he's is he a Gemini? Anyway, and then the Moon. Yeah, and that Nine of Swords, we don't care about that shit. We're clearing that fear. Yeah, maybe stop with the caffeine, reduce it down so that you could be caffeine sensitive. That's a real thing. The acidity as well of coffee could be affecting you. I used to drink it all day, every day, and then I moved to decaf, which still has acidity in it. And now I drink like carob, powdered carob root, or like Dandy Blend or something like that. And that gives me my fix, and it's caffeine free, and it's no acid either. So it just really helps with keeping me hydrated, because otherwise I just get dehydrated really easily. Also, with all this air, right, you could be a mouth breather. That's very specific, but maybe getting like breathe right strips or mouth tape, right? Because when you don't breathe very well, or you're breathing through your mouth, you can dehydrate your body by like 40%. in an 8-hour sleep time. So, it's like half of your water almost just gone from sleeping. And especially if you're a very active sleeper and you're up and down a lot, you could be, getting up to urinate a lot. That may feel like you're being more hydrated, but you typically urinate like that frequently in the night because you're dehydrated. So, yeah, drink water. On the moon energy, see this dancing energy here? Yeah, somebody could be out, you could have been out dancing, partying, clubbing, maybe drinking a lot, which is also dehydrating, and it just is very depressing. It's not very helpful, and it interrupts sleep. It messes with your hormones as well. So something about serotonin, melatonin. Take some herbs, teas, things like that to help regulate your hormones. And we get this dopamine from being on our phones, being on the internet and stuff, but it's all false. So if you can get any of these, look into your hormones and maybe getting those regulated, right? Because hormones are really like the difference. Different hormones are regulated in the masculine and feminine, right? Biologically speaking, scientifically speaking. So anyway, the moon, I feel like this is you and your person, just kind of like being goofy at night. But the moon is like, has you on strings here, puppets on strings or whatever. So yeah, you could be dealing with another water sign, or some Capricorn energy there as well, but I think that's more about you getting out of that workaholic energy, getting out of that masculine energy, and getting back into your feminine energy. And if your cycle right now, if your circadian rhythm has moved to the night, just change what you're doing at night. If you're going to be up, like be up dancing versus up scrolling on the internet. If you're going to be up peeing a bunch of times, then drink water, to keep yourself hydrated. Just be more playful. So the night, I feel like the night has there's a lot of anxiety around nighttime. And you might just feel this pressure, like this is never going to happen. I don't know if I trust wands again, because the last time I was in my wands energy, I nearly boiled myself to death, and it's like burnout type thing. And so you want passion, you want wands, you want this energy to come back in and kind of like be your muse and reignite this inspiration, this passion, right? Could be dealing with a Leo as well, or you could have Leo placements, but that's sort of, you receive your light from the sun. So that will help regulate you as well, like being in the sun, turning the lights off, and just letting the sun be your natural light. So usually I do these readings with the window open and the natural light in. Now I'm doing it in this, and I'm feeling kind of irritable. I usually turn all the lights off, and I just, when the sun goes down, and I just shuffle around in the dark. And then I wake up naturally when the sun peeks through my windows in the morning. So there's something about getting that, and the polarity of the sun and the moon. There's something about polarity and getting your masculine and feminine balanced, hormones balanced, your cardinal and your water, your fire and your water, getting just to a nice warm bath type energy. And that's the dogs, and that's my cue. Hopefully there's something in here for you. We'll check back in. But I really feel like you're closer than you think you are. Just a few tweaks and have fun, right? It's easier said than done, but dogs are also a symbol of Cancer because they're just loyal to a fault. But hopefully there's something in here for you. We will check back in, and you can see me on same name on Instagram. I'm gonna start posting like videos and reels of the practices, right? So ways that you can do this work, this spell work, protection, ways that you can access and harness these energies and balance your energies as well through very practical day-to-day things, and that just might translate a little bit easier than getting into something too ethereal. But you guys are pretty ethereal, so I think you'll be fine either way. But you might just need something a little bit more structured right now, something a little bit more practical and tangible, and then to kind of help balance you so that you're not having to take on that aspect, because that is, again, a masculine aspect, to be more logical, intellectualize things versus go by feelings. So there could be that fear of feeling and getting back into that water energy, because when you were in that energy before, other people influence you. The current was really influencing you. There was an undertow, and it maybe felt like you were just drowning in your own element. So, anywho, we'll be back. I wish you well.